I get it. You're standing in the backyard, scrolling through endless grill reviews, wondering if splurging on a high-end pellet smoker is worth the money, or if you'll end up with a pricey paperweight that just sits there gathering ash. You've probably asked yourself, do I really need all this tech, and will it actually make my barbecue better? I was in the same spot not long ago, trying to convince a friend who's serious about his weekend cooking but hesitant to throw down on something that might not live up to the hype. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The recteq Flagship 1600 sits in a sweet spot between a traditional smoker and a modern smart grill. If you're used to juggling charcoal trays or constantly adjusting gas burners, the idea of a single unit that can smoke, grill, bake, and even roast at the push of a button feels almost too good to be true. That's why I dug into how this thing works day to day, not just what the spec sheet says. First off, the setup. Unboxing the Flagship 1600 is a bit of a weekend project. It arrives in a sturdy crate with the grill, a 40-pound pellet hopper, the Wi-Fi controller, and a handful of bolts. Assembly is straightforward if you have a basic set of tools. Most owners report getting it up and running within an hour. The real convenience shows up once you fill that 40-pound hopper. Unlike smaller pellet models that need constant refilling, this capacity gives you enough fuel for a full day of cooking, which is a lifesaver when you're tackling a 12-hour brisket or a marathon barbecue party. The Wi-Fi Smart Grill feature is where recteq tries to set itself apart. You connect the grill to your phone, and the app lets you set and monitor temperature from anywhere in the house. In practice, it means you can fire up the grill while you're still getting the kids ready for school, then walk back out and find the smoker already humming at the exact 225 F you wanted for a low and slow cook. The temperature swings are impressively tight within a couple of degrees thanks to the SMOKY stats system that constantly adjusts the feed rate. For anyone who's ever been frustrated by a smoker that spikes up and down, that consistency is a real game changer. Now, daily usability. Lighting the grill is as simple as pressing a button on the controller. The unit ignites the pellets, brings the fire up to the set temperature, and then hands you back control. The cooking surface is 1,667 square inches, roughly the size of a full-size kitchen range, so you can fit a whole turkey, a sheet pan of veggies, and a couple of ribs all at once. The do-it-all with one grill promise holds up when you actually try to use it for different cooking methods. You can start with a low-temp smoke for a pork shoulder, then crank the temp up to 450 F for a quick sear on the steak that follows. The transition is seamless because the same pellet feed system handles both ends of the spectrum. Cleaning, though, is where the hidden trade-offs show up. Because you're dealing with wood pellets, there's always ash to sweep out of the firepot and the bottom of the hopper. The Flagship 1600 makes that easier with a removable ash drawer, but you still need to dedicate a few minutes after each cooking session. If you're hoping for a set-it-and-forget-it experience with zero maintenance, you'll need to adjust expectations. Also, the grill needs a standard household outlet for the controller and fans, so you'll have to have an outdoor-rated power source within a few feet, something renters or folks with limited patio space might find inconvenient. Who should buy this? If you're a backyard enthusiast who loves to experiment with different wood flavors, appreciates the precision of digital temperature control, and has the space for a 48-inch wide, 40 pounds pellet hopper, the Flagship 1600 is a solid investment. It's also a fit for anyone who wants to blend convenience with the authenticity of wood-smoked flavor. Think busy professionals who can start a brisket before work and finish it when they get home, all without babysitting the grill. The Wi-Fi integration also appeals to the tech-savvy crowd that likes to track cook stats and tweak recipes from a phone. On the flip side, skip it if you're living in a small apartment balcony, don't have a reliable power outlet, or are looking for a cheap entry point into smoking. The upfront cost is higher than many entry-level pellet grills, and the size isn't something you can easily stow away.